we would want to get our young people, first of all of them in school. Those who cannot be in school can have skills. Those that are idle should get something meaningful that they can do. And then the other area is addressing early marriages and teenage pregnancy. We need to do a massive mobilization of the young people, of the imams, all the religious leaders. We need to mobilize the traditional leaders so that we can squarely look at the negatives of early marriages and teenage pregnancy. It is so negative for a young girl because it destroys their future. And with these early marriages, we also anticipate that there will be gender-based violence. Because this is a mother who is not yet ready. They are not yet mature to handle a family, but they are being forced into it. So we have daunting task. We have a big task to reverse this negative tide, negative trends. In Yumbe, the school dropout is very high, even right at primary level. And it even gets worse at secondary. So these are the areas that we need to focus. This project should look at the unique and peculiar challenges in Yumbe. I know that we are designing a project that covers a bigger part of the country. But when it comes to this part of the country,
the active stakeholders that also participate or contribute to make sure also our youth get this point. I looked at the vendors who bring in source. I also looked at the local artists, the timing that they present, and also the timing that these shows happen. I always see it that the promoters only seek clearance from the police to guard the show, which commonly happen at night. And when you see the participants attending to this source, it is usually the young aged boys and girls. When you also see locally, our girls commonly get pregnant at night, and those sources present the opportunities. My question was, how do we try to partner with these local artists to see that what they come up with is something which is very educative to our youth? And how can we be able to partner with the show promoters to see that what the local artists come up with is presented during daytime? And probably if it is weekend, it is on daytime that even the school going.
Teenage pregnancy, unwanted pregnancies, and early marriages. I didn't hear this specifically, but I would think if the religious leaders and the cultural leaders also have a specific activity in this program would be very important. One, there are times when girls get pregnant, not because they want to get pregnant. Nature takes them there. But for us in Yumbe, no second chance is given for the girls to education once they get pregnant. The parents decide to give these children into marriage. How the religious leaders come in, they are the ones who tie the knot to these young couples. Yet this girl is taken to a boy whom you know does not have a home, a house, does not dig, is a marungi eater or any substance abuser in town, but because you want your girl to go into that marriage, you just post. The religious leaders now do what? They tie the knot. But of course now again, the cultural leaders sit to settle down these matters. So I would think if these people would be brought on board, that
we all get interested, because the youth population 73.2. It used to be about 65, but it has gone to 73. That is huge population of our country. And unless handled carefully, then the country may be moving nowhere. And therefore it's important that anything connected to youth, we handle it with the uttermost care that it deserves. We are very happy that IOM is organizing this workshop to sensitize the stakeholders in the Yumbe district to really envisage that idea of the importance of the youth in the district and the country at large. The issue of youth has been a problem to most of us in the country and Yumbe in particular. Earlier, we used to lament that the youth were getting a...
Because we want the program to have unique indigenous solutions, we normally come down to the different districts. So we have been everywhere apart from Yumbe, where we are today, and the last one will be Kampala. That sounds paradoxical, that we should have started with Kampala. But we thought that let's start from afar, then we shall end with Kampala. In each of our interventions, we are seeking those unique interventions, and I listened in at the tail end of the presentation, and I want to congratulate you for having come up with this work plan. It has been a thorn in my feet. I have quarreled with districts that I want the work plan, and things were not happening the way they were happening, until sometimes you are forced to write and threaten, then things start working. But I want to congratulate you and thank you that finally we have this work plan. We want to look at new solutions to all the problems. The problems that we have talked about time and again are not new. But perhaps the intervention we have already had, they have not solved the problem. Cow and RDC, I was happy. The districts I've traveled to, I never saw as many children walking to school or walking from school. Of course, there are few who are still somewhere doing other things, but at least I saw a good number of children, girls and boys, at least going to school, and that gives me hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that's what we want to have.
We have given here, and this needs us to have collective efforts. These are not one man's issues to handle, and without the youth, this district is going to be doomed when they are not put to the right direction. Without the young persons being mentored, I want to assure this house, this government of Uganda is heading nowhere. So therefore, it calls upon all of us to act into the issues we have discussed. The issue of child, marrying a child, producing a child, causing 80% of the school dropout cases in this district is very rampant. Some of the things, when we go for dialogues, when I start speaking, there was a council organized here, I spoke with tears. The issue of drug abuse in this district, when you start speaking about it, it may appear little, but go to the households, do your own monitoring. You realize it is a huge thing. That is why all of us stakeholders who are sitting here, we are not sure of the things we keep in our homes. Why? Those who are chewing drugs, who are not working, all their access to eat food daily are the chicken, are the goats we have in our respective homes. So the issue of the young persons in this district, if we don't wake up, I see all of us run away from our respective homes. That is why, Bona Commissioner, you see the most funny thing these days in our district here, discourse were organized those days to refresh